Yo, what's going on, peeps? Derek here, bringing you another random review. If you haven't seen my last review that I posted before I recorded this one, I did Don't Go to the Reunion, which is the first film in Slasher Studios' catalog. And I decided to do their new film that they just released this year in 2015. It's a Christmas themed horror film. Now, before you ask yourself, why are you watching a Christmas movie in the middle of November? Well, it's the end of the year and almost near the end, and I wanted to get all my 2015 films out of the way. And this one is a 2015 film, so decided to give it a watch because I was gonna do Don't Go to the Reunion anyways. So I thought it'd be a cool double feature. And I got good news though. I'm gonna be watching this during Christmas anyway, so that's a good start. So the film in question is from 2015, and it goes by the title of Dismembering Christmas. Cover art's awesome. Now let's get into the main plot of this one. We follow our main characters, Mark and his group of friends. They're all teenagers. They're on a Christmas vacation, so they decide to go to Mark's father's cabin up in the woods. Very snowy area. It's kind of isolated. It looks isolated, anyways, from the area it's in. And while they're there setting up, getting used to the place, they meet, I believe he's like the sheriff or like the neighbor, closest neighbor. He's just roaming the woods. He tells them a story that what happened to the cabin years ago. There was actually a brutal murder that happened in there. And they don't know what happened to the killer. The killer went loose. Still might be out there. That's what the legend says, anyways. And they're like, he's trying to scare us and stuff, you know what I mean? Like normal teenagers in slasher films. And what happens is they party a little bit, like teenagers do. And then what happens, I think it takes spanning like 3 days, maybe four. It looks like 3 days. The the killer is actually real, and he or she is in the house in the area, and he is taking everyone out one by one, and it's pretty much them trying to survive against this killer. It's pretty much the plot of the film. Now, from that plot, that's pretty much every slasher movie that's come out in the past few years and decades, for that matter. Now, my full thoughts on it. Even though it's because the slasher genre is really like a basic genre, it has some interesting stuff going on. First off, it has some great like references to old school like Christmas horror films. Like one in particular that I noticed was Silent Night, Deadly Night, of course, and another cool one that I noticed was actually it was actually a newer film too, which I didn't expect them to put in there. That little reference, but Dead End. I like that little reference to Dead End in there because Dead End's a film that no one really knows about. It's getting out there slowly though, and it's cool that they put it in there because it shows that this film is made by horror fans for horror fans. I really like that little touch. And now onto like the kills and stuff. Kills are decent for the most part. Some are better than others. Probably my favorite kill in the film involved a snowman. That's all I'm gonna say. And there's some gore and some blood and stuff and all that good stuff. And now let's get into the characters and the acting, for that matter. The acting, since it's a low budget film, it's not gonna be the greatest acting ever, but it's decent enough for the type of film it is. Because a lot of these slasher films, especially the ones from the '80s, They're pretty much unknown actors, most of them, especially some of the popular ones because they were very unknown cast. So I really like that because even in those films, there were shaky performances. There's a few shaky performances in this film, I won't lie. But it was decent for the most part. It didn't take me out of the experience of the film. And now let's go up for the build up. This film has kind of a slow build up in the beginning because but the cool thing about it is you actually get to know these characters and yeah, the characters, you get to know them, which makes you care about them a little bit more. But my only gripe with the film also is some of the characters are not really. Well, let's just say some of the girl characters in this film, they kind of look alike. So it gets kind of confusing because if you think it's one girl and another, it kind of gets confusing with the characters because they jumble up because they all kind of look alike. They don't have their own like distinguished look, which kind of confused me in a few scenes. But I kind of understood what was going on because watching the film, I watched it twice now just to get the full grip of it. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, and the slow build up and stuff. It could scare some people away, but I actually like that and stuff. So if you like slow build up in your slashers, this one's for you. Now, my other only gripe with this film is like the same with Don't Go to the Reunion. This film only runs an hour and 11 minutes, so it's a little too short. I wish it was longer, because you like the story and stuff, and you want more. Maybe like another 10 minutes, maybe 12, 15 tops. It could have higher my rating a little bit. Other than that, I enjoyed it for what it was. It's a low budget indie slasher, same as Don't Go to the Reunion. Highly recommendable if you like a fan of slasher films. If I had to rate it, I'm going to just give it the same rating I gave Don't Go to the Reunion. I like both of them about the same. 7.5 out of 10 for Dismembering Christmas. Good times. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Another thing I liked about the film too was the soundtrack. Soundtrack's really Christmassy and poppy and stuff. And I actually got the soundtrack in with the film. So I'll be listening to this. Especially at work. It's probably better than the actual Christmas music that they play at work. But I enjoyed it because it has some Christmas elements and some good instrumentation going on in it. So yeah, you can actually get the soundtrack too off the Slasher Studios website. So I'm gonna leave the link for this Slasher Studios website. Check it out. Pick up this film. This Blu-ray version is limited to 300. I think they only have a few copies left of it. This film is on DVD though. The DVD you could grab, I believe, on Amazon too. So I'll leave the link for that if there is one. And I'll leave you the link for Slasher Studios website. Pick up this film. Awesome stuff. Represent independent horror. Wicked awesome. Peace out.